Name of the show is Tomorrow's Dream. We do it every Monday right here from noon to 2 p.m. on KBF 88.3 FM, Voice of the People. It's heavy, it's local. It's not all local. Sometimes we're going to tell you about the bands that are coming through and playing that you might not know otherwise. And we got a couple new ones for you today. Got some homies in the house to talk about upcoming stuff with the Mammoth Caravan. We'll get them on the mic here shortly. Chad's in the house with me, as per usual. Everybody give it up to him for bringing live performance in on his first show all by himself. Good job, dude. Turquoise Tiger in here last week ripping it up. Didn't even know that was going to happen. It was awesome. I was in the studio with Pantheon. We just finished up the second album. Going to drop a single for you here in just a little bit. So stick around. Here is all the bands, real quick, a bunch of short songs that you're going to catch tonight at Vino's. If you get over there at the 6:30 doors for $20. And catch Sea Space Cowboy, Dying Wish, Local Sport from LAP, and these guys right here. Oh, that didn't work. I wanted it to. Foreign Hands with hesitation marks right here on KBF. Tomorrow's Dream. Voice of the People.
Sing with me.
Alright, rather than leave you with another long, awkward silence, let me talk through it right quick. Boy, those songs were short and the names were long, and it took me the whole length of the songs to write down the track names so I didn't forget what I was playing. My favorite one there in the middle was I'm a Transcontinental Railroad, Please Run a Train on Me by See Space Cowboy. Catch them headlining Vino's tonight. That was Dying Wish after that, the last one you heard there, with Cowards Feed, Cowards Bleed. And Four in Hands was what we opened it up with there with, is that right? Four in Hands? With Hesitation Marks. Yeah. So those three bands touring, I'm not even going to bother to try to look up where they're from, but they're on the road. Go buy all their merch. You can get in there for $20 at Vino's. And man, I can never find the band Lap like when I want to, when I try to look it up, because it's just too many things involving that. I'm gonna get to it here in just a second and go ahead and rip this new Color Design first. They're playing somewhere, I think, this week too. Let me pull it up. Quit lying to y'all. Maybe it's next week. Maybe it's not even that soon. Where'd it go? That's right. They're doing the after show Friday night. So after Banging in the Rock Fest, which is going down this weekend, get your tickets if you hadn't already. That's Friday the 9th and Saturday the 10th at the Rev Room. But so Friday, directly after the show at the Rev Room, run over to the Eyes Up House and catch Squint coming through with Peach Blush and Color Design providing support there. St. Louis is where Squint's coming from. $10 will get you into that one. It's a recommended donation, so sounds like you won't be turned away even if you got nothing but $30 at them. They could use them. So here's some Color Design. We'll see if we can do some Peach Blush up next and then circle back around to Lap. And then we'll talk more about Bitterfest after we rip through this new Pantheon and Mammoth Caravan for you here in just a bit. Stick around for that. And the show is Tomorrow's Dream right here on KBF, Voice of the People. Necessary End from Color Design. Maybe. There we go. told you before, I'll tell you 100 times again, I'm going to be scrambled in here for ever and always. I actually had time to prepare this morning, and I didn't. I just figured, you know what, we're going to wing it. It's going to go how it goes. That was Lap with Elevator Talk. I did finally find it. There it was. Catch them opening for all the first three bands you heard tonight: CD Space Cowboy, Foreign Hands, and Dying Wish. Over at Vino's, $20. Doors at 6:30. Let's see, a couple more shows to tell you about this week. We briefly mentioned the Banging in the Rock after show Friday with Color Design, Peach Blush, and Squint. Yeah, that was it. So I decided to save that Peach Blush. Chad's got some lined up in the second hour, so you'll hear that then. And he's going to tell you about another show they got coming up along with that. So, without a whole bunch of further ado, we got some new Pantheon for you. And then I'm going to have Brandon and Robert up on the mics and chat with us a little bit about all things Mammoth Caravan. Here in just a few minutes, we're going to play a brand new track from them as well. So, stick right here, close by, and you're just hold on a minute, because this is probably not going to work the first time. So, we'll cut this part out later and pretend we did it smoothly. Machete Eddie, I got to give it up to him right quick, because you may have already seen this song if you were on Facebook this morning. He dropped a video for us. He came and recorded our last show at the Heathen House up in Cord, and also some studio footage from last week, and put together a sweet little video for us. I know he did the same thing for Mammoth Caravan. He's been hooking everybody up in the scene with sweet videos. He's playing some drums for Gore Pig, doing awesome things. So, yeah, huge shout out there to Machete Eddie. If you haven't already heard it from there, you're hearing it the first time right now. This is off of the new album, probably gonna be out early February of next year. Empire and Ruins from Pantheon. Here is maybe Blood the Bible Bleeds. We'll try it and see how it goes.
This is Morgan Freeman, and you're listening to Tomorrow's Dream on KABF 88.3 FM. Crank it up.
there, friends, was brand new Mammoth Caravan Nomad single from them, featuring Matt Johnson from Second Life. Yeah. Let's check some mics here. We got Brandon Ringo in the house.
Check.
There he is. And you'll see, he must be on number 3 there. Robert, I bet you're on 2. There he is.
Hey, yeah. On 2, baby.
Chad, we got you in the house.
Yeah, I'm over here on the end.
There you are. Cool. This roundel-ish table here. So, yeah. Brand new stuff. Man, y'all got the sweet little write-up in Decibel magazine. Like,
It's so exciting.
Tell me about that. How does that come about?
We got very, very, very lucky and very blessed. And it's exciting because, when I started, getting into heavy music, Decibel Magazine was one of the magazines I got into. It was because I was going to see Slipknot and Shadows Fall and Lamb of God, and I saw them on the cover. I was like, I want to read about these guys. Then I started reading about Botch and Coalesce and all these really cool bands, and it just warped my taste and it's what got me into doom and death metal and all that stuff. So yeah, it was an honor. Actually, honestly, getting to play doom metal in Little Rock with the kind of the bands that have come from this town is a complete honor for me,
And the response from it has been insane. Just the sheer amount of articles that have now been posted based off of this one post, and it's just to have people come up at shows and be like, hey, I saw your Decibel thing, and to be a band for 4 months and be like,
we just hit 5 months yesterday.
5 months and be like one of 6 bands in Arkansas that's been covered by Decibel. It feels like things are happening crazy fast.
That's fantastic, man. It seems like everything I'm seeing y'all sharing now or anything like that, not just related to that article or anything, I'm seeing the little number of shares on all y'all's posts just going crazy here lately too. So sounds like you got a lot of good grassroots fans that are really helping out, pushing the word, and I see you got on a pretty sweet playlist or something too. It looked like earlier, right?
Yeah. So we've been working with a company called Clawhammer PR, and basically they've been helping us a lot. And essentially,
I get emails from them, but I kind of thought it was some junk. Is that so much to look into?
They're extremely legit. Because I used to work with them when I wrote for New Noise magazine, so I already knew you guys, and so that this little relationship kind of came about pretty organically as we were sending the record out to people, and so Clawhammer managed to get us on this playlist. It's Loudwire, and it's the best metal and rock songs of the week or whatever. And so for me, it was a dream come true because Metallica's on there. So to be on the same playlist as Metallica, it makes me feel like, it's a very, very fulfilling, enjoyable sensation.
Total rock star moment.
Definitely.
Total rock star moment.
Definitely one of those huge steps, a jump there, if you will, to...
Because, realistically, all we really wanted to do, the whole reason we started this band was because we just wanted to jam, you know what I mean? Robert and I, we got to talking at a show at Eyes Up House, Disregard the Moldy Cheese.
Shout out to the Moldy Cheese boys.
And, so, we were like, do you want to play sludge metal? I was like, yes, please. And then he's like, well, I have this guitarist named Evan, and he's, able to do it. And he just, got out of a band, so, let's jam.
And I didn't play drums, and so it was like, well, you play guitar, and you play guitar, and I play guitar, so I guess I'm playing drums. So Little Rock got a 5th drummer that day.
Nice. So how many bands are you in now? Now that you've, at least 6 other ones, right? You can't play drums and only be in one band.
Yeah.
You know the rules, damn it. That's the wrong album there. Sorry, I'm trying to line up some other stuff. Yeah, man. So you're going to Memphis in January, is that right?
Oh yeah, we're playing with legendary grind from there, Corroded. We're playing with a Rhode Island grindcore band called Moisturizer. I think it's those kind of shows that are fun because it's
Corroded and Moisturizer on a bill together.
And Mammoth Caravan.
They need each other.
My hands all in that.
Right. Yeah, it's January 3rd at High Tone in the small room. It's those shows are fun because it's to be kind of a standout band. It not only puts the pressure on you as you have to kind of step up, but that's where you really get people. We get eyes on you, and so we are very, very, very thankful. And we didn't think Memphis was going to happen this fast.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. Like, I mean, again, like not even been a year, and it's like, okay, now we're rolling into Memphis, and then we've got a bunch of out of state stuff coming up soon, a couple festivals and things, and it's just this stuff is
Snowballing
rolling.
on.
Next year is busy already and it hasn't even started yet.
We
fantastic.
from like January to I would say June, we will be in Little Rock maybe twice.
Maybe.
Yeah.
One fun thing about that Memphis show I was going to say is it's with a bunch of grindcore bands. So, like, everybody's there to go fast and to mosh, which for us is perfect because I love it because, you got we're like doom metal or whatever, but I want people to mosh. I want people to, like, have fun and still have that visceral primal experience like you get at a metal show, just maybe with a little more fuzz than they're used to.
Yeah. Oh, it's great to just to have it's. There's some to be said for mixed genre shows in general, just, bringing together people checking out new things they might not have been to before than that or whatever. But also, sometimes when you have a show that's very well lined up with all bands of the same exact subgenre, and especially when it's something crazy fast and intense like that, it gets kind of too much and it just all bleeds together. It's nice to have a band, especially if you can get it in the middle somewhere there, that kind of dips the vibe the other way for a minute, And
that's one thing that we've been really proud of is like we've kind of had this this feeling of like early Full of Hell. It was they could fit on everything because they like they're grindcore or hardcore or whatever, and they were so able to adapt to each situation, and we've kind of took that mentality in with this. And so playing with bands like Spirit Adrift or playing with Kaunashi and
Malevich.
Malevich, anywhere we go, not only do we want to stand out, but we can also fit in,
yeah,
which
that's
is
awesome.
good.
Yeah, it's because I like to put it all into the extreme metal, you know what I mean? Because if you go to like Maryland Death Fest, you're not, or even Psycho Las Vegas or whatever, you're not going to get the same bands. You're going to get a lot of there's doom metal, there's death metal, there's black metal, there's grindcore, there's black and doom death grindcore metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun to be under that big umbrella.
Right. Gives you a lot more options too than some bands that tried so hard to hit one very specific sound and play with bands like that, and do that thing. They're really limiting themselves on options there. Where, like, say, you guys can hop on just about any heavy-ish festival at this point, and fit right in and fill out good local support. I hate that I missed Spirit Adrift the other night. I saw some video from Machete Head.
Dude, they were so good. Because
awesome.
for me, not only are Nate Garrett and them amazing human beings, but so their guitarist Tom Draper was in Carcass for a couple of years and got to tour with him. He's telling me the stories. It was beautiful, but their tone, it sounds just like the record. It's remarkable, and it's a very their amp setup is really simple. So yeah, Spirit Adrift was incredible, and Mudlung from Fayetteville was amazing.
Well, that show was just kind of its own entity because, Nate's from he's from Arkansas. I think he's from Fayetteville,
yeah.
And he was in a band with Mudlung, and then he also is all homies with Deadbird and Wake and all those guys. And so it didn't even really feel like a show. It felt this big Arkansas homecoming,
A big friend gathering.
Yeah, it was that Friendsgiving feel,
Also, shout out Queen Beast, the band that Nate was in with Andy and them.
Yeah. I actually got to play with them back in 2012, maybe probably 10 years ago. Oosh. Knee Deep, I think I was in at the time, and CT was doing Iron Tongue. We did a show together at the old Juanita's. Back then is how I met Nate. And then what was it? Shortly after he moved, I think I ended up sending him a ticket he came down for a Crowbar show a couple years later. I definitely haven't got to see him in a while, and I was really kicking myself for missing that one, especially because I'm an idiot and I mixed up some of the. So, Banging in the Rock Fest that's coming up this weekend, I'll be playing with Severe Head Wound, but admittedly, most of the bands aren't my exact style, of just what I'm going to generally listen to. It's all really heavy stuff. It's all great. It's going to be fantastic, huge fest. But, it's not mostly the type of stuff I'm listening to. So there was a few of the bands that I didn't know. And I realized the other day because I was caught myself thinking, wow, that's cool. Nate's gonna be here with Spirit Adrift, and then turn around and coming right back a week and a half later, because I mixed up, what was it, like Gates to Hell or something, and Creeping Death, and I thought the Gate Creeper was coming.
Wow.
So I was really hyped that I was going to get to play with Nate next week. And then I looked at the schedule the other day and realized my mistake. And it was two bands that aren't even playing the same night that I mixed their names up.
Does it make you nervous to play a festival like Banging in the Rock with all these big, like, cool bands and stuff? Or you get excited by that experience?
I'm honestly, I gotta say, I'm just excited anytime I get to hop on that Rev Room stage. It's well, before we got the hall, it was the only thing that came any kind of close to that.
yeah.
You know, just of that big boom feeling. You know, especially as a bass player, it's one of those fantastic stages to get on always. It's gonna be huge. I'm stoked about it. There's one new Severe Head Wound song that I'm nervous about, and I think they're probably going to throw it first and make me face plant right out of the gate. You know?
When we saw y'all up at Growlers, and just like the sheer, just how massive y'all sounded, and just the energy on stage and stuff, like, we genuinely looked at each other like, we got to step up our game. So the fact that, like, you get to come off of Obituary and then go straight into this massive festival, it's just, like, we're so stoked for y'all.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
Thanks, man. I'm really fortunate to be a part of this band because, you know, Zane and Trevor been putting everything into this for like 10 years or something now.
I remember seeing them at Downtown as like 15-year-olds and stuff. Like,
young, and me and most of mine, you know, were just a few years older, but all kind of watching like, all right, watch these kids, watch them, give them a couple years, you know.
Oh yeah,
because they were, you know, a little green behind the ear, but you could just tell there was that natural thing. And there's always something to be said for brothers too. I mean, everybody's got opinions on the Pantera tour, but you can't say whatever your opinion is on them. You can't say that Vinny and didn't just have it down like that. There's something to be said, I think, for anytime you get a pair of brothers on drums and guitar.
Oh God, yeah.
It's just there's just some magic there, you know. That anyway, yeah, I got new shirts in the works for that, so definitely come hit us up. Let's see, you guys, we talked that one, we talked January. Let's talk for a minute this Toy Drive show we got coming up. Tell me everything about that.
This is kind of like my brainchild in a way. We did this same show set up kind of last year, and it ended up being on the same date, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
But last year it was like Turquoise Tiger and Zilla and my other band, Civil Servant, and then it was supposed to be the Core Four, but it ended up they had COVID and it just craziness, and so we had another buddy jump on that opened the show, and so the crazy thing was like last year, I mean, if you kind of look at it, and I love all the bands that were on it, and I mean this in a nice way, it was like 4 brand new, kind of like nobody-ish bands. And we ended up having 2.5 carloads of toys to bring over to the Children's Hospital. And so when it came around to this year, it was like, okay, well, what can we do? So we've done this. What can we do to make it bigger? And so we ended up partnering with the Crash Cast guys, and Corey and Kurt and Sam and them, and we built this crazy lineup. Like, to look at the lineup for the show is just I'm so blessed that we get to have this, but it's just how can we elevate it and make an even bigger donation? And the response so far has been awesome. Like, looking at the Facebook event and stuff. But it's Sunday, December 11th. It's a Civil Servant's last show, and then Mammoth Caravan, Cersei hardcore band Zashed, Little Rock Punks, Shinfo, which is Corey Fisher, and some of the My Hands the Wars guys, other band. And then Faustian from Louisiana. They're like a Black Death band. Yeah. They're just some
Troy
friends
Bennett's
of ours.
band, right?
Yeah. And they came. You talk about coming out of nowhere too. Like that. I saw him post about like, hey, I'm in a death metal band now, and we're gonna do some stuff, and like we signed to a label. And then it was just like weeks later. Here's like probably one of the best death metal releases of 2022.
And for me, it's exciting because I've been friends with Troy for years and like booked his band bar guests and stuff. And so it was cool because that was my very first show in Little Rock. It was you opening and then Troy. So it's very serendipitous to start the year, like that, and then to end the year playing with him and playing, getting to be in a band with Robert and playing with the Civil Service. It's very, very cool,
I love those small world things like that. I didn't realize till we did that acoustic show that and he had some old Bargest merch with him. I was like, wait a minute. So,
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching you play for years then, dude. Okay. So yeah, it's always you can't meet people anymore in this scene. It's just
And you gotta give it up
how I know you.
for them coming up here and doing like a show like this, is a big deal, I think.
Yeah. really cool.
So originally, like, this was supposed to be on December 9th. And I booked it with Vino's, like, right after the first Toy Drive show. And there was, like, a big calendar changeover and stuff. And so in, like, June, Brandon got a message from Evan Grove and was like, hey, we've got this crazy fest. And it's going to be on December 9th and 10th. And it was like, oh, no. And so thankfully, the calendar thing was able to get figured out. We ended up moving ours up because it was like, I'm not competing with flying in Zabalba, that kind of thing. And so I'm just happy it gets to happen. This show's kind of special because, like, or at least to me, because, like, as a kid, my wife was at Children's Hospital because she was being tested for leukemia. And so as kind of a way to help distract and pull away from these like negative situations, they have this toy closet thing that they help children out and they give it to them, and it's just an escape from this kind of dark reality. And so this is kind of just our way to give back, like to get to play heavy metal for kids,
Getting to play heavy metal so that the kids have Christmas. See, I was born on Christmas, so that holiday is very special to me. And that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to get to do what I love to help somebody have a good Christmas, and share that love.
Baby, that's awesome. My boy almost was. He's on the 23rd. I feel it for y'all, man. Like that. Did your parents have to do the whole thing where, like, you make sure we get these presents for
Christmas
their
at breakfast,
and-
birthday at lunch.
Oh, did they at least hook you up with different wrapping paper for your?
Oh, yeah.
Or was it all?
It was all different.
Christmas
It would be
stuff?
different wrapping paper. And God rest my grandmother's sweet soul. She always took care of me. So, and this is my first Christmas without her, which is really sad. But so I'm glad I get to do fun stuff like this. You know what I mean? It makes the holiday season a lot less heavy.
Well, and the stuff like this kind of like, at the end of the day, you can't take money with you. You can't take your possessions with you. And so it's like, this is a good way to really make music feel like it's worth something, to actually help out and to do something good, And we're closing out Banging the Rock Weekend, not a sponsored event. No affiliation.
The unofficial closing ceremonies.
Yeah, and so we're just excited to get to do it, man. And honestly, like, shout out to Vinos for even letting this happen,
Yeah, Trey is so cool. Trey's.
Shout out Trey Chancellor.
He's
the
awesome.
best.
That is. I was just looking at the track we talked about. Don't know if we got time to squeeze it though. You want to do part of?
Yeah, we can do the first part of it. The first half of it's fine.
Okay. Let's drop some brand new.
The world premiere.
World
Brand new memo van.
right here. I was listening to this last week and I'm just blown away, you guys. Fantastic job. Really stoked to. What did y'all have a release date in mind? For
February 25th.
Sweet.
February 25th, and keep on the lookout. We've got an insane record release show coming out in March.
Yeah, the record release in March is going to be so much fun. An absolute bucket list come true kind of thing.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. We're going to let Chad run up the next hour, but here is brand new Mammoth Caravan with Frostbite. You heard it here first on KBF 88.3 FM, the voice of the people.
KABF Community Radio 88.3 Little Rock. We come to you in many languages and cultures, presenting shows and programs in various arts and craft disciplines.
Hey, Joe, I thought you were retired.
Living on a fixed income is tough. So here I am, an essential worker.
I know. I mean, food prices are going up every day. Thank goodness for benefitscheckup.org.
Benefits what?
Benefitscheckup.org. It's a free website where people over 60 can find help to pay for food, medicine, even utilities. I got $1,200 a year in benefits. Maybe it can help you.
This is Wade Rathke with the Chief Organizers Report. Another strategy to revive the faded dream of homeownership. U.S. government says that in 2023, through various intermediaries, they will insure mortgages of up to $1 million for the first time. Wow, that's a big number. Way out of reach for most of our neighborhoods. In low and moderate income communities, the issues are insuring mortgages, accessing loans, soaring interest rates, stringent deposit requirements, and increasingly, competition from deep-pocketed Wall Street and multiple property buyers and flippers able to do cash sales. I've been beating this on this drum for a while. After the 2007-2008 housing meltdown, whole tranches of houses were bought by big private equity. Most were already in foreclosure or headed that way under modifications, and Wall Street found that it could buy cheap, and rather than selling high, they could do some touch-ups and then rent high. And in some areas, for example, Memphis, Acorn's Home Savers campaign found that they could set the market. Others have madly followed and copied this strategy, further compounding the chances of LMI families being able to buy homes. I'm too often left scratching my head about whether or not home ownership is even a viable citizen wealth strategy for low and moderate income families anymore, as opposed to stabilizing rental affordability in markets with other options. All of which had me reading a piece in the Wall Street Journal entitled "Housing Groups Take on Wall Street" with great interest. Of course, anything and anybody taking on Wall Street would have had me from hello. But in this case, they were focusing on a couple of nonprofits that were trying to salvage home ownership dreams by competing with the flippers, and in some cases, copying their tactics. The reporter looked at two nonprofit housing development groups, one in Milwaukee, Axe Housing, and the other, appropriately, in Memphis, Alki-Ball Development Corporation. The Milwaukee group, with 2 decades under its belt, is trying to raise a fund from various sources of $10 million to be able to buy houses as an investor that they can then sell to LMI families looking to buy. I'm sorry to have to put a spoiler alert on this, but $10 million might mean being able to buy 100 houses at $100,000 or 200 at $50,000, if there is still such a thing in Milwaukee, perhaps in the Imani neighborhood. But I've worked there, and there won't be many, and it might cost another $50,000 to fix them up. On their numbers, they hope to buy at $75,000 and fix at $25,000, so that would be 150 houses. Hardly something that will even be noticed on Wall Street, sad to say. In Memphis, Seth Hawkins, the director of Alki-Ball's operation, may be hitting the nail on the head, noting that recently homes in the Alki-Ball neighborhood have been selling to out-of-town rental landlords paying in cash. What that means to me is that no one in Memphis will ever be able to build equity in that house ever again, Mr. Hawkins said. He's now raising money from charity and government sources so he can purchase homes to sell back to neighborhood residents who qualify. Eliminating the prospects of what has been the largest source of wealth for most low and moderate income families seems all too likely, as Hawkins notes, which wasn't necessarily true as recently as 15, 20 years ago when I was writing parts of Citizen Wealth. The article admitted that these small fledgling efforts, no matter how encouraging and inspirational, they correctly saw a bit more hope in public efforts by California and the Port of Cincinnati, but frankly, without a totally different national housing plan made by HUD and endorsed by and funded by Congress, the dream of home ownership for most American families will start and finish at the same place, as just a dream and never a reality. This is Wade Rathke. For questions or comments, www.chieforganizer.org. You take it from here to there.
Oh, hell yeah. That's how you start off the second hour of the Tomorrow's Dream show. That's a band called Shinfolk. That is a local band. And they will be playing the show Sunday night at Vino's with Mammoth Caravan. We just had in here interviewing them. And so that's going to be a freaking crazy awesome show. And let's see, what else I got pulled up here. There's another band playing. There's quite a few bands playing that night. You got like Faustian from Louisiana. And you got a Civil Servant doing their last show. You got Zashed. You got Shinfo that I just played. And you got Mammoth Caravan playing that night. So that's going to be killer. This next song is by Faustian from Louisiana. And it's called Communing with Shadows. All right, I had to go ahead and let that play out. A couple of songs, man. It's so awesome. Sometimes you just have to go ahead and let it be a double shot of something when it's that good. Okay, so yeah, those guys are going to be here. Let's see, that's Faustian and from Louisiana. I'm going to go ahead and read the thing on the Bandcamp here because I think it's pretty interesting. Let's see here. It says that featuring members of Bar Guest and other South Louisiana stalwarts, newly formed trio Faustian create a unique style of black and metal and seamlessly shifts from razor-sharp maelstrom to dirge-like grime. The three-piece meld violent urgency and claustrophobic atmosphere into a frenzied sonic catharsis. Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. And it says with James Whitten, High on Fire, I Hate God Thou, of Hightower Recording at the helm, the band has recently wrapped up their self-titled debut EP, which came out in October 28th, 2022. So there you go, man. New stuff. And they're going to be here on Sunday night at Vino's, if you want to go catch that. And let's see here. Another band that's going to be playing soon. Let's see. Oh, well, I say soon. Tonight at Vino's is a show. Dying Wish, Lap, Foreign Wish. I think I messed that up. See You Space Cowboy is playing, and I got a song of theirs ready to go here. And let's see. Romance of Affliction. Okay, the song is called Misinterpreting Constellations. Here you go.
You're
Yeah, all right, man. So there you go. That's what you will see at Vino's tonight if you go, or you can do what I do sometimes and go in there and get something to eat and sit in the part where you can eat your food and still hear the band. You know, I do that sometimes. But yeah, that's going to be crazy. I like when they mix it up like that. I'm going to bounce over to some local bands. That band, CU Space Cowboy, is from San Diego. They're going to be, they're not afraid to drive apparently. They're going to be in Nashville tomorrow night and Atlanta, Georgia the night after that. So there you go. I'm going to play some, something different here. I'm going to go bounce over to some Peach Blush. Peach Blush does have a couple of shows coming up on December 9th. And the idea here is to be after Bitterfest because the show starts at 11:45 p.m. at the Eyes Up House. And there's going to be a band called Squint from St. Louis, Missouri, and Color Design, which we played in the last hour. And of course, there's Peach Blush. I mean, who doesn't love them? So yeah, here we go. We're going to play a song called Disco.
I'm going out, let it be, it's alright. Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. With a holiday offer, I think that you're gonna... You switch...
Kissing on me outside.
Okay, there's a little Lonely Gadget for you, man. You know, that band from the early 90s from Little Rock, Arkansas, that should have been huge. But yeah, that was a little bit of fun right there, man. Normally when everything I do in here, I'm playing off of Bandcamp on my laptop, and Lonely Gadget, I have to go to YouTube, and I got hit with a commercial that time. I thought about just letting it go, like, hey, it's the radio. People expect to hear commercials, right? You know? But yeah, that was kind of crazy. So yeah, let's see, we got another song synced up here. This is by A Civil Servant. I'm going to play a song by them because they're going to be playing their last show Sunday night at Vino's. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. And this is called Snake Oil by A Civil Servant.
Watching the moon go by, I can see the town from here, knowing this is gonna be a good time. Tired of my horse, I can hear the music coming from the bar. Can't wait to join in and see who my next assistants are. I'm a man of smoking beers, trying to make you a part on this earthly chess game. I can say the words that make you dance and make you wanna sing. I can make you feel like you are the greatest king or queen. Hiding in the shadows, using the puppet strings on your mind. Let you go and have fun while I use these strings to tie up your life. Try to make you a pawn on this earthly chess game. You're searching for treasure, you're digging your grave. The sun's going down, it's starting to fade. Your wither grow old, and time slips away. There I am, ready to steal your soul and take it far away. Going down, down the fire, down the grave. Going down, down the fire, down the grave. I'm a man of smoking mirrors, trying to make you a pawn on this earthly chess game.
Okay, so that was a couple of songs by a band called Squint that is going to be here. They're going to be playing on December 9th at that show at the Eyes Up House, the After Bitterfest show with Color Design at Beach Blush. And they are from St. Louis, Missouri. And let's see, yeah, so it's Squint and Color Design at Beach Blush on December 9th at the Eyes Up House. And there's another band that's going to be playing, let's see, now this is a Little Rock, Arkansas band. It's called Way Away, and they're going to be playing at Whitewater Tavern on the 16th. That's a little ways off, but I don't mind that. It's going to be a show. Peach Blush is playing that show also with this band Way Away and Salon Blonde and Modeling at the Whitewater Tavern. This is a song by Way Away called Sometimes.
You can rise
was a couple of songs by a band called Way Away from here in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm looking at their Bandcamp. It says, recorded, mixed, and produced by the incredible Mark Colbert at Capitol View Studio. So there you go. Mastered by the brilliant Steve Burson at Total Sonic Media. So there you go, man. A little promotion there. So yeah, last week I had Turquoise Tiger in here playing some live songs and stuff. And so I'm going to go ahead and play something by them. Here we go. This is their version of China Girl.
China girl, I feel a wreck without my little China girl. I feel the heart, it's beating, it's loud as thunder. I saw the stars crashing down. I'm a mess without my little China girl. Wake up in the morning with my little China girl. I hear her heart, it's breathing, it's loud as thunder. I saw the stars crashing down. Feel tragic like I'm Marlon Brando when I look at my China girl. I could pretend that nothing really meant too much when I look at my China girl. Stumble into town just like a sacred cow. Visions of swastikas in my head, burn for everyone. It's in the white of my eyes. China girl, you shouldn't mess with me. I'll ruin everything you are. I'll give you television, I'll give you eyes of blue, I'll give your man a voice to rule the world. Get excited, my little China girl, she says, oh baby, just you shut your mouth. She says, shh. She says, she says, My little China girl, she says, oh baby, just you shut your mouth. And when I get excited, my little China girl, she says, oh baby, just you shut your mouth.
Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Tomorrow's Dream. On this Monday, we will be doing it again next Monday at noon. Me and Jeremiah will be back up in here doing the same thing we do every Monday. It was a lot of fun having Mammoth Caravan in here, interviewing them today. I recorded the show and put it on the YouTube channel, Tomorrow's Dream, and I also recorded a video that I will be putting up on there as well of them talking to us in here about the show they're doing, and it's a toy drive. You bring toys for less fortunate kids, to get into the show and all that fun stuff. So there you go. That's going to be a good time, and we will see you next Monday.
We are 100,000 watts of community radio here in Central Arkansas. This is KABF 88.3 Little Rock, the voice of the people.